In this exercise, we're setting up and solving non-linear equations. So this is things which may have powers or square roots in and the like of that. Now remember, if we have something squared, the inverse operation to that is square root. If we have something square root, the inverse operation to that is squared. Firstly here, you're reminded about solving squares. So we're given x squared is equal to 36. So what we need to do is take the square root from both sides, because the opposite to squaring is square rooting. So we've got square root of x squared equals the square root of 36. The square root and the square cancel each other out. A common mistake is to write the square root of 36 is 6. It is 6 or negative 6, which we can write as x equals plus or minus 6. Why is this so? Just to show you, if I wanted 6 squared, that means 6 times 6, which is 36. If I wanted negative 6 squared, that means negative 6 times negative 6. Negative times negative is a positive. 6 times 6 is 36. So you can see there, squaring 6 gives us 36. Squaring negative 6 gives us 36. So when we take the square root, it is working backwards. Are we working backwards to 6 or are we working backwards to negative 6? It can be either answer. That's why we need both answers. If we did this on our CAS using the solve function, so you can see here, solve x squared equals 36, comma x for x. The CAS calculator will give you both answers, as I will show you now. We are again going to use our solve function. So menu, algebra, solve. We type in x. Now you can either use the squared button or you can use the caret button. Either way gets you an x squared there. I'm going to go back and use the squared button. You can see that I'm not on the top line. Equals 36. The letter we're solving for is x, a comma x, enter, and there are our two values, x equals negative 6 or x equals 6. In this example, we're looking at solving cubes. So we're given x cubed equals negative 512. So the opposite to cubing is cube rooting, taking the cube root of x cubed. So I need to take the cube root of negative 512. And my answer there is negative 8. I would find that by using my calculator. Unlike squaring, there is only one answer. Negative 8 all cubed means negative 8 times negative 8 times negative 8. Negative times a negative is a positive, times another negative is a negative, 512. Whereas if we did 8 cubed, that would be 8 times 8 times 8, which is 512, not negative 512. So when you're cubing or cube rooting, there's only one answer. again, looking at my calculator, solve x cubed equals negative 512, x, and you get the answer of x equals negative 8. Now I'll show you on my calculator. For this example, we put in menu, algebra, solve. We type in x. There is not a Q button, so I must use the caret button. Type in the 3. Now I'm up where the 3 is, so I must press an arrow key to move away from that and be back to normal. Equals, now I need to put a negative in, so I must use the negative button, not minus, the negative button, and then type in my 512, x, press enter, and there is my answer, x equals negative 8.